This gaming phone has 24 gigabytes of RAM and is more powerful than a lot of PCs and consoles out there. Just take a look at this video. This is from a previous generation that isn't even as powerful as the phone that we're talking about today, and yet it can handle GTA 5 without any issue whatsoever. And this person is not cloud gaming, all right? Which is something you can do on a whole bunch of different devices, not necessarily top of the line ones. This person is emulating Windows on their phone. They have downloaded the PC version of GTA 5 directly from Steam, and they are playing it stably between 30 and 60 FPS. A lot of people are like, oh, when is GTA 5 coming to mobile? And I mean, like, it kind of is, as long as you have this phone, I guess. And that's not all. This phone has a plethora of different features that really give you an edge over anybody else, and you honestly have the ultimate gaming experience. If you are at all into mobile gaming, then you should highly consider this phone. Hey everybody, I'm ExxotikGaming, and I'm a gaming YouTuber who's had a very special emphasis on mobile gaming for over 10 years at this point in time. For the past 5 years or so, I have been using every different type of REDMAGIC phone to make my YouTube videos. I have so many of them, and even the oldest ones still work really well to this day. So when REDMAGIC reached out to me and they were like, hey, we'd like to sponsor you a 10 Pro. Would you like to review it? Of course I said yes. Why wouldn't I want the most powerful gaming phone on the market right now? So if you want one for yourself, I'll have a link down below in the description. Check it out, because for a phone that starts at $650, this is a steal, all right? So as somebody that's been using many different REDMAGIC devices over many years at this point in time, playing games, making videos on them, and overall just using them to their fullest extent, I think I have a very good understanding of these REDMAGIC devices. So I hope this review checks all the boxes for you guys, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe, and let's get into the unboxing. So to begin this unboxing, because every review needs to have a good unboxing, after you open up that nice gray box and take out the warranty information, you're met with one of the coolest looking phones I have honestly ever seen. I don't know, it's kind of hard to decide between the 9S Pro and the 10 Pro, which one I like better. Maybe the 9S Pro a little bit, but not by much. I actually think a lot of people will appreciate that they toned down the intense gaming design just a bit so it can fit more into the mainstream market. Don't get me wrong, it is still very much a gaming-centered phone, but it is a good step in the right direction in my personal opinion. You can immediately see the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, the proud mention of the internal cooling system this phone has, and a fantastic display that we'll talk about in just a bit. Beneath the phone is an extremely fast 100-watt fast charger and that signature red cable that all REDMAGIC phones come with. And that charger is crazy fast. All the old REDMAGIC devices already had fast chargers, and this one is 20% faster, which really means you only need to charge for like 30 to 45 minutes if you're down to 0, and then you're back in the game for many hours at a time. Finally, you have a little SIM tool and then some warranty information, but also a case. Yes, REDMAGIC devices generally come with simple cases, and I actually think this is the best one made by far. I really like the textured finish, and it just really feels nice in your hands. Overall, a very nice unboxing experience. Getting into the features that this phone has, if you've been keeping up to date with some of the previous iterations of REDMAGIC devices, this phone has the highest screen-to-body ratio out of any smartphone at over 95%. This, paired with it being the very first phone that has a 1.5K exclusive BOE display, it looks amazing. I was already blown away by the 9 Pro and the 9S Pro, and then like this one comes in and it looks even better. I don't even know how that's even possible, dude. With how narrow the bezels are, you really feel like you're holding just a screen in your hand, and that's it. I don't really know how to describe it, but you know how like back in 2015 when you would see all those stupid leaks of like the new iPhone, and then it has absolutely no bezel whatsoever, it just looks like you're holding a screen in your hand? Yeah, that's basically what this one feels like, or at least the closest you can possibly get to it right now in 2024 and 2025. It's just awesome. Watching YouTube videos or playing any type of game on this phone is just so immersive, way more than any other phone that has like a hole punch cutout or a notch or these big thick bezels that just completely ruin that immersion. I even want to say, even though my daily driver is an iPhone, purely because I live in the US and that's what everybody has, it's the most convenient phone to have, I actually end up picking up this phone specifically to watch YouTube videos, to scroll Instagram, to just do every other task other than like messaging, and calling because this phone does it better. However, that's not the only thing your new phone will have. It also has a 7,050 milliamp hour battery. Is that not insane? If you know anything about smartphones, you know that is a crazy high number. I remember a few years ago, we were just stuck at around 4,000 to maybe 5,000 as the highest end battery devices. And like, phones didn't really get any better than that. Like the iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 4,685 milliamp hour battery. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Google Pixel 9 Pro, 4,700 milliamp hour battery. And the upcoming OnePlus 13, a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. So it's not even like the REDMAGIC is just a tiny bit better. It is significantly better. And that is really reflected when you actually use this device for long periods of time. I can go a very long time before I need to charge this thing, and that's very important when you're gaming. You can't have a phone that dies in 1 hour of use. So like, if you're on the go and you can't charge, there really is no better option. The REDMAGIC 10 Pro sports the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, the most powerful chipset on the market, clocked at 4.32 gigahertz, and this thing has up to 24 gigabytes of LPDDR5X Ultra RAM. My phone, I have the 16 gigabyte option. Unfortunately, they didn't send me the 24 gig option. I don't know why. REDMAGIC, come on! I wanted 24 gigabytes of RAM, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. The games that I play, I don't need 24 gigabytes of RAM. It would be nice, you know, maybe if I'm emulating certain PC games, that might be the best option. But in all honesty, for like 99% of the people that are watching this video, even the 12 gigabyte option is more than capable of running anything. You don't even need 16. So like, honestly, great option, even at the $650 price point. Getting back to the display though, the REDMAGIC 10 Pro has a 1.5K 144 hertz refresh rate display. And that refresh rate, dude, oh my God, it looks so much better in person. I can't even show it in this video because YouTube doesn't have 144 hertz option, but like, it's just so smooth. The smoothest possible thing you can get on a phone, and it just looks awesome. And for the people that are gonna say, oh, well, you know, 90 hertz is fine. There's a lot of phones that have 90 hertz displays. There's actually a difference between 90 and 120 and 144. It might be minimal, but when you're playing some of the most intense games with the highest amount of stuff going on your screen, you wanna have the highest refresh rate possible so you can have the best gaming experience. The lower the refresh rates, the slower the game is going to feel on your device. And that might mean life or death if you're trying to emulate CSGO or play a game like Valorant Mobile when that game comes out on this device. Now, how about the cooling system? Because we did talk about that earlier. There is no phone company that makes a better cooling system than REDMAGIC, and I stand by that comment. We already had awesome cooling systems on REDMAGIC devices from like 4 years ago, and now they're like infinitely better. This is the only phone currently available that uses liquid metal for cooling, which is exactly what you have on gaming PCs and laptops, which they claim is 19 times more effective than just regular cooling methods on most phones. The core temperature drops by 21 degrees, and there have been a lot of third-party tests that have gone on playing games like Genshin Impact. After playing that game for 1 hour on the REDMAGIC 10 Pro, it's going to be around 40 degrees Celsius. But for the iPhone 16 Pro, after 1 hour of playing, it's 47 degrees Celsius. Huge difference. And not only that, there is an 11-layer cooling system with an upgraded vapor chamber, optimized thermal conductivity, and advanced graphene and copper insulation, all of which you don't see on many phones. Now, one thing that makes REDMAGIC devices special is that internal high-speed cooling fan, which to this day, I'm still shocked that this thing even has after so many generations. You look at a gaming PC or laptop and you're always gonna have fans. That's like a necessity. These fans can help cool down the internals. So why don't we have them on phones? Maybe in the past when your highest end games were like Modern Combat 4, for instance, you didn't necessarily need that because they're not that intensive of games. But now, the highest end phones can emulate PC games at 30 to 60 FPS, and that means you're gonna need to have a much more robust cooling system. And why would you want that bulky external fan that a lot of people buy from Amazon that you just attach to the back of your phone? You don't. It's big, it's clunky, it's loud, and most importantly, you can forget it. So if you happen to be outside and you don't have your fan, you're basically screwed if you have a different phone. If it was built into the device, you would never need to worry about that, and that's exactly REDMAGIC's mindset. I want to briefly touch on the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset though. This is one of the first phones with this chip, and it's a huge upgrade from previous Snapdragon chips. The Snapdragon 8 Elite features a new Orion CPU, a second generation architecture initially designed for the Snapdragon X Elite laptops, boasting 2 Prime cores clocked at 4.32 gigahertz and 6 performance cores clocked at 3.53 gigahertz. This means all your games and applications are going to run way better than ever before. The Adreno 830 GPU integrated into this chipset offers a 40% higher frame rate average and better efficiency, ensuring that your gaming experience is remarkably smooth with incredible visuals. So you're getting closer than ever to full-on laptop chips inside of a gaming phone, way better battery life, better performance. What else does this phone have going for it? Well, we gotta talk about the design choices that make the REDMAGIC 10 Pro stand out. This phone, of course, features that extremely high quality, near bezel-less display with over 95% screen-to-body ratio. It's one of the first phones to have a 1.5K exclusive BOE display, which just means that watching videos, playing games are going to look so much better than even some of the best other options that you have out there. The narrow bezels make it feel like you're just holding a screen, and the lack of a camera bump gives it a sleek, streamlined look. I personally hate how so many different phones wobble when you have them on a table. This one doesn't have that issue at all. And not only that, this phone has an under-display front-facing camera to make your gameplay experience completely uninterrupted. It's not going to be winning any awards, but I do appreciate REDMAGIC doing something innovative and different for us. We're not going to be taking 10,000 selfies with the front-facing camera. This is a gaming phone, not a photography phone, so gaming is the priority. If you're only considering this phone for photography, yeah, you probably should get something else. However, I should mention that the back cameras are still pretty good. REDMAGIC photography has gotten a lot better over the years. You have 2 cameras on the back, a 50 megapixel main camera and a 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and they're plenty good enough to get good pictures, as you can see from the examples here. They really only struggle in lower light settings, and while they certainly aren't iPhone or Samsung quality, for us gamers who are not photographers, the pictures that you take will be plenty good enough, like 95% of the time. And to hammer down this point even further, the entire time you've been watching this video, my face cam has been recorded with the previous generation 9S Pro. So that means that this thing is going to be more than capable of taking great videos. So this is the back camera. Just taking a quick video, and as you can see, very smooth, very stable. Not the best quality in the entire world, but it's plenty good enough for majority of people out there. Same thing, but for wide angle. As you can see, still very nice, very smooth. That 50 megapixel camera definitely comes in handy. And just for the heck of it, this is the front-facing camera. As you can see, it's not the best thing in the entire world, but I mean, again, as I said, for us mobile gamers, we're not going to be taking a billion selfies, so it's fine. Just maybe use the back camera if you ever want to take a selfie. Now, we got to talk about the gaming experience. Considering this is the ultimate gaming phone, you can expect this thing to have a ton of features, and it does. All you got to do is turn that little red button on, and it puts your phone into gaming mode. In your GameSpace app, you have a billion different settings that you can customize, from sensitivity to accidental edge touch protection, performance, GPU settings, network settings, and more. You have this full Gravity X tab where you can connect a mouse and a keyboard to your phone, connect a controller, screencast your phone screen to an even bigger screen, and even play console and PC games on the cloud. And most impressive of all, there is a full plugin library with tons of amazing enhancements that you can put onto your games. You want to change your screen aspect ratio, force any of your games up to 2K resolution and 120 FPS, even if they don't allow it, add a customized crosshair, take screenshots of certain areas of the screen, or even invert colors in games to see enemies easier. I don't even know how this is allowed, but it is. You can do all of that with the REDMAGIC 10 Pro. You can adjust your sound levels to make footsteps easier to hear, and even turn on hunter mode, which has a variety of different filters like night vision so you can see your enemies clearer, or scout mode, where all you got to do is just press this little button on your screen and it zooms in on the center of your screen so you can see an enemy from super far away. That is a crazy advantage, and this has been on some of the latest REDMAGIC devices. It is a massive game changer. As I've said before, I don't even know why you would want to go to anything else after you start testing out these features, because it just gives you that ultimate gaming experience. And not to mention the shoulder triggers. You ever wanted to turn your phone into a controller? You basically can do that with the REDMAGIC 10 Pro. In your GameSpace app, you can turn on your shoulder triggers so you can basically map certain buttons on your screen to these buttons that are on the top of your phone. Can you see it? Yeah, so basically my left trigger button is for aiming, and then my right trigger is for firing, just like you would have on a standard controller. This is really beneficial for a lot of claw players out there, because when you're playing claw, your fingers cover over so much of the screen. If you can get rid of your index fingers and have them go over the side of the phone and not cover over your gameplay, it's going to be a lot easier to see enemies on your game. It takes a bit to get used to, but dude, it is amazing. It really is crazy how far REDMAGIC devices have come. I remember like 5 to 6 years ago, they were really good, but like they didn't necessarily feel like these premium high-end gaming devices. They might have had that internal fan or high RAM, but like if you actually compared those phones to some of the Samsung phones at that time, or the Oppo, OnePlus, Vivo, you know the brands, I actually might prefer those other brands to REDMAGIC for gaming. But that's not the case anymore, dude. Like, if I want a gaming phone, REDMAGIC is the default option. You shouldn't be getting anything else other than this one if you want to play mobile games on max settings with the highest frames possible. It looks good, it runs good, I love that boxy design, and it's just a great phone. I don't know what else to tell you. I've had REDMAGIC devices for like over 5 years at this point in time. I've made well over 1,000 YouTube videos on these phones at this point in time, and I don't think there's going to be anything even comparable to the REDMAGIC 10 Pro until the next REDMAGIC device comes out sometime in 2025. It's completely on a league of its own, and again, as I said, you really shouldn't be getting anything else. For phones starting at only $650, seems like a no-brainer to me, so if you're looking for a new phone this year or next year, you should definitely have this one on your radar. I hope you guys did enjoy my video, you found it entertaining. If you did, then why not go down below in the description and click my link. There's even more information on the REDMAGIC 10 Pro than I talked about in this video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe for more mobile gaming content just like this, and I will see you guys in the next episode.